Welcome back. Hour 3, first Monday of the month, December, the last month of the year. Well, 2008 is about gone. We're heading into rougher and rougher waters, as we're going to hear right now with Clif High, who is back. Clif and George Ewer, his partner and associate, accomplice, colleague, and all the rest of those good things, have put together some of the most extraordinary information I have ever come across. The website, of course, is halfpasthuman.com. Let me tell all of you briefly what George and Clif do at halfpasthuman.com. And what they do is forecast the future. And if I might read just a little bit here from the website, we are not alone in forecasting the future. All humans do it to some degree. Just a quick search of the Internet will provide dozens of forms of future forecasting. Some use astrology, some use other methods. We employ a technique based on radical linguistics to reduce extracts from readings of dynamics and postings on the Internet into an archetypical database. With this database of archetypical language, we calculate the rate of change of the language. We calculate the rate of change in the language that they examine. The forecasts of the future are derived from these calculations. Our calculations are based on a system of associations between words and numeric values for emotional responses from those words. These emotional impact indicators are also of our own devising. They are attached to a database of over 300,000 words. This database of linked words and phrases and emotions is our lexicon from which the future forecasting is derived. We call our future viewing the Alta reports for asymmetric language trend analysis. All right, welcome back, amigo.
How you doing, sir?
I'm okay. How was your holiday?
Oh, it was great. I'm a little beat up at the moment, but nothing some aspirin won't help.
Well, it's probably from your taekwondo.
Aikido, yeah.
I was close. I had the right sound to it anyway.
Yeah, in the right continent. There you go.
I try. How many empty pie pans are there laying? Never mind. We won't.
That's it. Yes.
We won't.
We should avoid that. I have a number of them.
Good. I hope they're all splendid.
They worked out pretty good this year. Yeah. And it looks like from the data set that this is, however much your holidays are this year, they'll probably be compared very ill-favorably to what's coming next year, in the sense that this year appears to, if it's the pinnacle, it's the pinnacle, or if it's the pits, it's the pits, but next year's going to be worse in a serious way.
So this year may be looked back upon with some pleasant nostalgia. Yes,
right. Even if it wasn't all that great in the coming future, it will change over time in the sense of how we'll feel about it.
Well, melancholy seems to be in our future, all of our futures, for reasons that George and Clif have tried to put forth in their Alta reports. The newest edition of which is just out, part 4 of
Series 909. Right.
I just read that yesterday. I keep getting these very strange password names from you. I don't know what they mean. They look like a random number letter sequence, but I know it couldn't be that.
No, it's not. Actually, it's used for linguistic watermarking, because we have problems with our own stuff showing up on the Internet.
Funniest
getting
thing.
Eaten by our own spiders. We need to be able to sort of like track it. So it's kind of like a linguistic barcode that allows us to say, oh, yeah, so-and-so was cutting and pasting, send them and don't do this. And,
well, you're talking to someone who's been cut and pasted more times than he could count.
Sure. You certainly understand the issue there. Yeah.
I do. It's very unnerving. I would urge all of you who are interested in George and Clif's work, and I hope that's all of you, to really consider, in these tough times, I know they're difficult, but subscribing. And if anyone tries to pass something from their work along to you, I would ask you as a moral issue to reject it and tell the people that is not something that honorable individuals participate in doing. We don't do that. These men work very, very hard at what they do, and they make their work available to all who'd like to subscribe, and Clif and George certainly have shared a lot of it on this program, and Clif has been kind enough to show up each month to do that to a substantially intriguing degree, and we're going to do that in this hour. The Mumbai attacks, did they show up as any kind of a bump on the terrain?
We have them in a sense of in the military. Remember, we were discussing that as of in the, I think it was in 709, the previous series. So that would have been back early August, maybe late July. In one of those, I'd mentioned some information about how after midnight on the 26th of November, we were basically, that was when things were going to get very tense, because along with the economic problems, along would come the military.
I remember that.
Right.
I do remember that, yeah.
And we have that on George Jure's urbansurvival.com site. He referenced that a couple of days ago, and I'm sure it's still available. We're not out of the woods on that yet. We weren't specific about India per se. The part of our problem is, of course, we have huge amounts of data, and we have a tendency to think of individuals in omni-humanity as being sliced and diced by geographic boundaries, so therefore Indians versus Pakistanis. And our data doesn't really quite work that way. It works as a global population from which we can actually subset very large groups, like the Russian populace or the USA or French or British or even or Indian for that